Welcome to the International Tennis Federation's World Class Doubles video. Hi, I'm Louis Caillé. In this video, we're going to show you how to improve your doubles games by applying the tactical patterns used by the best doubles teams. Top doubles players position themselves and move on the court in specific patterns that give them maximum court coverage. They also know which shots to take that give them an advantage over their opponents. In this program, we'll show you the most effective movement and shot patterns for the serving and receiving teams. And we'll give you drills that you can use to practice these patterns. Let's begin with the various styles of doubles teams.
Most advanced doubles players are poachers. Teams with this style of play are strong in the middle of the court and are always looking to poach, both when serving and receiving. Some doubles teams rely on precision for their success.
Beautiful play by the boys, lovely play.
When serving, they volley with placement. On returns, these touch players keep the ball low and hit accurate shots. Some tennis teams can be characterized as hard hitters. They rely on big first serves and powerful returns. While these different styles of play are very effective, the most successful doubles teams in the history of the game possess an all-around style of playing. They have great court movement and are able to poach, place, and drive their shots.
If you follow the patterns and drills presented in this tape, you'll be able to develop a complete game that will be effective no matter what styles your opponents play. We'll begin with the patterns for the serving team.
The server's partner plays a crucial role in the success of any advanced doubles team. His positioning allows him to cover the greatest possible territory at the net. This positioning also allows him to poach cross-court returns and to fake poaching, which can create uncertainty and mistakes on returns. The server's partner must learn where to stand and where to move in order to be able to cover returns of wide and tee serves. Coach Caillé now demonstrates the net coverage of the server's partner using ropes to show the angle of service returns.
So if the serve is wide, if you go in this position right here, you will see that with a step out you can reach that ball easily or reach that ball easily, that pass over that marker. And you could see over there on the arranged marker, on this side it will be all your ball, on that side it will not be your ball. Excellent. That's it. So you see you can cover that territory easily. Now on a tee serve, if the guy hits on your side, if you're over here, you'll see with the step out, it's very easy to handle the ball. And if you go on this side, now this is your new territory to cover. And look, it passed over the same orange cone, which means everything on this side is your ball now, and on that side it's not. Okay? Good. Excellent. So everything is fine, so now let's train it.
The server's partner can practice net coverage on wide and tee serves with this progressive drill. It begins with basket feeds, progresses to live feeds,
That's it, open court volley, excellent.
and ends with cooperative points being played. Blue markers are placed at the net, identifying the positions the server's partner should take when the serve is wide, and red markers are used for down the tee serves. Another marker is placed at three-quarter court to help the net player understand which returns he must be able to volley. The coach begins the drill by feeding balls between the alley and the three-quarter court marker.
Very good. Nice play.
The server's partner stands in the middle of the service box, then moves to the blue marker on a wide serve, and to the red marker on a tee serve.
Very strong.
Players are instructed to volley through the middle of the court,
Excellent.
between the two opponents on a wide serve,
Good.
and volley to the open
Nice
court
volley.
behind the receiver on tee serves.
Excellent.
Next, the coach feeds balls from
Excellent.
two different locations to simulate returns of wide or tee serves.
Very good.
The drill now progresses to more realistic training, with the player serving and a receiver hitting returns toward the area covered by the server's partner.
That's it, open court.
If the server's partner is unable to reach the ball, he looks back to see if the ball passes inside or outside the territory identified by the marker at three-quarter court.
Good. That was not your ball. Very good.
Finally, there is cooperative live play, where the receiver hits returns between the alley and the three-quarter court marker.
Perfect.
The serving team decides where the serve will go. This allows the server's partner to move to his proper positioning at the net at the sound of the serve. When the return is cross-court, the server's partner should move diagonally back toward the middle of the court, closer to the server. If the server chooses to volley down the line, this position protects the middle of the court.
Oh, that's quick hands.
That's good doubles, I mean, from both teams.
If the server plays a cross-court first volley, the server's partner moves toward the sideline to cover the down-the-line drive, while the server takes the middle of the court to cover a possible cross-court shot. When the server stays back, her partner covers down the line while looking to poach the cross-court rally. Top doubles servers mix up their serves so that the receiving team cannot anticipate the type of serve or its placement on the court. Good servers also try to get 80% of their first serves in, and will serve and volley on both the first and second serves. After serving, the movement pattern for the server is to come to the net in a straight line. This is done because, as we've just learned, the territory covered by the server's partner is the same at three-quarter court regardless of the placement of the serve, whether it's down the tee or wide. This movement pattern helps the server handle great cross-court returns because he will be closer to the sideline. This positioning allows the server to make a better cross-court first volley and recover quickly toward the middle of the court. When the server comes to the net, he will decide which volley to make based on the different positions and movements of the receiving team. They are: 1. The receiving team staying in the one-up, one-back position. 2. The receiver moves into the net. 3. The receiving team stays back. 4. The receiver's partner moves forward. 5. The receiving team poaches. And 6. The receiving team moves forward. Let's look at the server's first volley options for each receiving team position. When the receiving team is in the classic one-up, one-back position, the server should volley the return cross-court deep to the receiver at the baseline. This simple pattern keeps the receiver in a defensive position. However, if the return is high, the server should keep running forward and punch his volley to the receiver's partner at the service line. On a weak or high-bouncing second serve, the receiver will often come to the net with a chip and charge or drive and charge. When this happens, the most effective volley pattern for the server is to play a short, low cross-court volley to the feet of the receiver. If both players of the receiving team are back, the server can either volley to the player with the weaker shot, or if there is no weakness, volley down the middle. This pattern usually occurs when the receiver has hit a good return, forcing the server to be on the defensive. The receiver's partner anticipates a weak volley and moves forward to cut off the deep cross-court volley. The server must be aware of this pressure and have the ability to volley away from the receiver's partner with a down-the-line or angle volley. After a good return, the receiver's partner may anticipate a weak cross-court volley and decide to poach. The server must be aware of the opponent's poach and should volley down the line. When both players on the receiving team move forward, the server should focus on either hitting an angle volley, which would neutralize both players, or he could hit a lob volley down the line to wrong foot the team. The first volley decision drill helps the server choose the best volley to make, based on the 6 previously demonstrated positions and movements of the receiving team. The coach begins this drill by feeding balls simulating those receiving team positions. Begin with a traditional one-up, one-back receiving team position. The server practices hitting deep cross-court volleys between the orange cones. The coach now calls out that he will be moving forward. The server responds to this movement by hitting short angled volleys in front of the row of blue cones shown here. The coach tells his partner to move forward. The server now has the option of hitting down the line volleys or short angled volleys. The coach and his partner both move toward the net. The server then practices angle volleys or lobs over the receiver's partner.
Yeah, perfect.
When the coach instructs his partner to poach, the server practices volleying down the alley. The coach and his partner now both stay back. The server reacts by hitting deep volleys between the receiving team or short volleys to the open court. Finally, the coach mixes up these 6 receiving team positions and movements. The server must make the appropriate volley decision.
Yeah, excellent.
The first volley decision drill now progresses to live feeds. The receiving team selects which formation to use, and the coach provides feedback on the server's volley decision. Sometimes the server won't need to hit a first volley because of his partner's ability to poach. There are 3 types of poaches: reaction, anticipation, and command or signal poaching. The server's partner poaches by reaction when he sees a defensive return and reacts by crossing and volleying at the receiver's partner. On low returns, the server's partner should hit a low angle volley at the receiver who is positioned at the baseline. The reaction poaching drill helps the server's partner improve her reaction at the net. The coach mixes up 3 types of feeds. some challenging the area identified with the marker at three-quarter court that must be covered by the server's partner, great cross-court shots that can't be poached, and finally cross-court floaters for players to poach. The coach now moves to a T-serve return position and continues to feed a variety of returns. When the server's partner is unable to get to a return, she looks back to see if the ball passed inside or outside the marker at three-quarter court. Drive returns passing outside the marker are not her responsibility. This drill develops the skill to poach any defensive cross-court returns. Advanced doubles players often poach by anticipating cross-court returns. They are able to do this effectively by studying the technique of the receiver on different types of serves. They also consider the tactical tendencies of the receiving team before poaching by anticipation. When the server stays back, her partner looks to poach the cross-court rally. She will move to the middle of the court while facing the net to volley either backhand or forehand. Poaching is most effective when the decision to poach and the location of the serve are decided before serving. This allows the server to change side, knowing that his partner will poach. Players either poach by command, that is, they talk to each other, or poach by signal and use hand signals to indicate a poach. A poach by command can also be done when the server stays back. Poaching by command is safer than by anticipation, as the server crosses to play a possible down-the-line return. For the poach to be successful, both the server and his partner must understand the new territory that each has to cover when they poach on wide or T serves. Coach Kaye now demonstrates where the server and his partner must be positioned when poaching.
When you serve wide, like this, and you change side, now it's very important, so watch. If I go here, I don't want to have to cover balls further than that reach. Therefore, what does it mean? It means that the net player has to cover from this target to an angle shot here. So therefore, the position is right here. So you go like this, and you just face the net, ready to make a forehand volley or ready to make a backhand volley. So on a T serve, now when you're here, you have to cover all the cross-court returns, but you don't want to have to deal with this shot that goes through the middle. So you see the red cone there? So you as the net player, when you move, you have to be sure you come over here in order to cover that down middle shot and also easily the nice angle return.
The command poaching drill helps the server's partner practice correct poaching positioning and movement. The coach begins feeding balls from a wide serve return position. Blue cones have been placed on the court to indicate the territory the poacher must be able to cover. The blue flat marker shows the middle point between the two cones. Players first move toward their normal positioning, then quickly move laterally while facing the net, which allows them to hit either a forehand or backhand volley. The coach now moves to the T-serve return position and feeds balls to the players poaching. Red cones are used to show the poacher's territory that must be covered. The red flat marker indicates the middle position between the cones. The server's partners continue to practice their poaching movement facing the net. The command poaching drill now progresses to live points, where the serving team plays points mixing up wide and T serves. The serving team talks or uses signals to communicate if they will poach. A very effective formation for poaching is the I formation, where the server and server's partner are positioned almost in a straight line. This formation puts pressure on the receiving team because the net player can easily move to either side to intercept the return. There are several variations when using the I formation. The player can be close to the net in the knee-down position. Or standing up farther from the net, but ready to move forward to intercept the return and assume proper court coverage. The key to using the I formation successfully is for each player to know how to cover their areas of responsibility. Coach Kaye now demonstrates the areas the server and his partner must cover when using the I formation.
When you serve from there, and I'm doing the I formation, if it's a wide serve and I go to the right, then I will take my normal position at the net on a wide serve, because you're on the left side and I'm on the right side. Now, if it's a T serve, and I move to the right again, then I will take the usual net position when you serve T, which is right here. Now, if we decide to cross, so like if we're crossing, now I want to go left, we have seen on a wide serve that if I poach, I don't have to go further than that. So I will fake and just be here, and from here I can cover all the angle return. Okay? Now, if it's T serve, and I'm changing and you're crossing, then I have to take my poaching position and just come here to take a middle shot and to take the angle shot. So when you move right, you take the normal serving position. When you move to the left, you take the normal poaching position.
The I formation drill allows the serving team to practice movement patterns for each type of serve and poach in the I formation. The drill begins with the server hitting T serves and her partner moving to the correct position and volleying the return. The T serve should be used around 70% of the time with the I formation, because the net player has to move only one step from his middle position to get to either of the red markers. The server now hits wide serves, and her partner moves to the correct position and volleys the return. The drill now progresses to live points. Players should decide their poaching movement through command or signal. On second serves, players may choose to return to their normal serving positions. Now we'll look at the positioning and court coverage of the serving team when they're at the net. The server positions himself in the middle of the court and is responsible for all cross-court drives. When both players on the serving team are at the net, they should move laterally in a windshield wiper pattern, as we see here. This type of movement is often seen when opponents are both on the baseline. The serving team's positioning at the net depends on their ability to cover the lob. No matter who chases the lob back, the other partner needs to retreat to the baseline to defend against a potential smash from the opponents. After a cross-court volley, the server needs to recover toward the middle of the court. This positioning allows him to cover all shots passing through the middle. Coach Kaye now demonstrates the correct court coverage when the serving team is at the net.
If you stay here, you see a great angle shot pass just beside you, so you're too close over there. So you can be in the middle, which puts you stronger over there. And now if you move forward like this, you see that you can cover every angle shot. So we don't want to move to the outside. So because of that, I will put like a kind of a mini wall there. So instead of moving like this, we're gonna move forward on the angle shot. Okay, and every ball through the middle will be taken by me, and you take the down the line.
The serving team can practice their court coverage at the net with the at-the-net movement drill.
Good one.
The server moves toward the net and simulates hitting a first volley cross-court to the receiver. The receiver returns this volley either to the middle of the court or down the line.
Now hit down the middle.
This drill gives the server practice in taking shots hit down the middle of the court and moving forward to intercept cross-court shots.
Good. The ultimate goal of any receiving team is to return and move effectively in order to put pressure on the serving team. Let's take a look at the tactical patterns used by top double receiving teams.
The goal of the receiver in doubles is to neutralize the first serve and to take the initiative on the second serve. As a general rule, the receiver is positioned on the baseline for the first serve in an attempt to neutralize the serve with a low return. On the second serve, the receiver stands slightly inside the baseline in an effort to take control of the point. Players who want to hit a big forehand return often position themselves more to the backhand on the second serve. This allows them to run around their backhand and hit a forehand. Attacking players generally position themselves inside the baseline on second serves so that they can take the ball early and move to the net. When the server stays back, the receiver often comes in on the return of the second serve. The receiver needs to avoid the net player and provide a difficult first volley for the server. Advanced doubles players achieve this goal through a combination of power and precision returns. The first shot option for the receiver is the cross-court drive. This powerful return gives the net player less time to react or poach. It also makes the timing on the server's first volley more difficult. Good receivers will usually hit power returns down the line around 20 to 30% of the time to freeze the net player. They do this to surprise the net player and to create doubts about poaching. Good receivers also need the ability to sense when the server's partner is moving to the middle so that they can return down the line winners. Touch players mix up precision angle returns with down-the-line alley returns or lob returns. These return options keep the ball away from the net player and create a high level of uncertainty on the serving team. When you're returning against the I formation, it's preferable to return more often down the line both on tee and wide serves. Coach Caillé now demonstrates the correct positioning for returning against the I formation.
So when you do the I formation and you serve tee, the best return to do will be based on that logic. If the ball is at cross court and the player chooses to go there, he has the full empty court like this. So that's not the best return. What you should do 70% of the time is to hit down the line, because if the guy went there, the ball will get back to the player and play can keep on. So, okay? So, I formation, return down the line. And that's true on tee or wide serve.
After the server's first volley, both players on the serving team are usually at the net. When the receiver stays back, he has several ground stroke options. After the return, he will often hit between the two players at the net. Or hit directly at the net player to challenge his eye-hand coordination. When hitting with precision, the receiver should attempt to go around the net players and not between them. He could use a down the alley shot, an angle shot.
This handman comes up to the short ball, almost parallel with the net.
or a well-disguised lob. The receiver may also elect to come in behind the return and hit a volley as the second shot. Often the second shot will be played by the receiver's partner. If the receiver's return is weak, the receiver's partner is put into a difficult volleying situation called the hot seat. That's because he's usually positioned at the service line, and the opponent's volley is often directed toward his body or feet. In this situation, the net player needs to react as quickly as possible and block the ball back, forcing the serving team to hit one more shot. In this cooperative drill, the receiver hits down-the-line returns to the server's partner, who then volleys at the receiver's partner. The receiver's partner now practices hitting block volleys and half volleys. Next, the receiver returns cross-court, and the server's partner poaches at the receiver's partner. This drill helps players practice defensive volleys. It also helps remove the net player's potential fear of being hit by a ball at close range. It's difficult to beat the serving team when they're well positioned at the net. Therefore, after a good return, the receiver's partner should move forward quickly to put pressure on the first volley and create errors. Coach Kaye now demonstrates the correct positioning and movement of the receiver's partner.
So when there's a nice return of serve cross-court, the server is struggling, then you move forward like this. Like this, you put a lot of pressure. You still can cover the line, but with just a little crossover, look how much you put pressure. She has to always volley away like this, never ball in the middle. So that's why there's a red marker there, and we're going to cover all this court by moving forward and being very, very strong in your territory.
In the moving forward drill, the server's partner practices hitting volleys when moving forward. The coach simulates a low first volley after a good return by kneeling down and feeding balls to players as they move forward. Feeds should be made between the alley and the three-quarter court marker. This is the area the receiving team must cover to put pressure on the server's first volley. After players are able to successfully protect their territory at the net, the coach mixes up his feeds. He now mixes in some easier balls, away from the players, that can be put away. This mixed feed not only helps players improve their poaching skills, but also their ability to react quickly and make good poaching decisions. In advanced doubles, the receiver's partner may poach on the server's first volley to place additional pressure on the serving team. Poaching may be done by reaction, anticipation, and by command or signal. Poaching by reaction often occurs after a power return, when the server is forced to hit a block volley cross-court. The receiver's partner reacts to this defensive shot, moves forward, and poaches. When the server stays back, the receiver's partner moves forward and is ready to poach a weak cross-court shot. The receiver's partner poaches by anticipation when he believes that there will be a defensive cross-court volley. Players look for specific technical cues or tactical situations to help them anticipate weak volleys that they can easily poach. When the server stays back, the receiver's partner moves forward to anticipate a cross-court shot. Poaching by command occurs when the receiver and his partner agree to poach after a power return or on a return of a second serve down the tee, which facilitates the crossing action of both players. This type of poaching puts constant pressure on the serving team and is an essential element in breaking the opponent's serve. The usual positioning of the right-handed player is in the deuce court, with the left-hander in the ad court. This is done primarily because it gives the doubles team an advantage on the second shot by using the forehand to reach difficult shots. or power forehands on easy second shots. Finally, team cohesion is crucial for coordinated movement and to the transition from defense to offense as soon as the opportunity to control the point presents itself. Doubles requires creative play and makes for very exciting tennis.
Practice these important movement and shot selection patterns and enjoy your doubles.